Hey, welcome to Easy Insights Episode 2. It's April. We're in the WinField Innovation Center standing in the greenhouse. We got snow outside, as you can maybe see through the windows. I'm with Josh Skeleton today, and we're going to talk about some of the capabilities that we have here at the Innovation Center. So Josh, before we get started, I'd like you to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and some of your background.
Yeah, definitely. So I have a PhD from the University of Illinois, where I worked at looking at herbicide uptake and movement throughout the plants, and I did a lot of greenhouse and growth chamber-based research, which kind of led me into this position.
Great. So we got an expert here with the greenhouse, but what I was recognizing, Corey, is I'm looking at some plants in the greenhouse, and I got a flowering soybean plant already. So we're in April, we got a flowering soybean plant. We got a V6 corn plant that's about maxed out for this pot size, but this isn't the typical plants that we're seeing in the River Falls greenhouse. Some of the typical plants that we're seeing and that we're doing research on are, some of you might recognize this. This is a green bean, and others might not even recognize this. This would be a cowpea. Josh, can you talk about some of these plants that we're using for research and what they're actually giving to us as far as quality?
Yeah, definitely. So I like to use what I call model type species for a lot of research projects. So the things like the cowpeas and green beans, they give us a lot of consistency, uniformity, and you're able to plan more effectively than using like a weed species. So if you think about like a water hemp population or a velvet leaf population, there's going to be a lot of genetic diversity, which causes it difficult to use for research because you don't know, is it the plant that's causing the data results, or is it the actual product that's causing the results? And believe it or not, weeds are actually really difficult to grow in the greenhouse, so it makes it really difficult to actually produce the plants that you need. So if we use these already kind of cultivated crops, it makes for a far more consistent and a better target for our research purposes.
Great, so more consistent research, better data coming up.
Yeah, definitely better data.
Okay, so aside from the plants we don't necessarily recognize in the field, behind us we also have some technology that might be a little bit more familiar in the field. Josh, can you tell us a little bit about the capabilities of this greenhouse and some of the state-of-the-art technology we're working with?
Yeah, so definitely this greenhouse was built to have as much adaptability and flexibility for current and then future research purposes. One of our cool kind of unique things we actually have is this irrigation boom. This gives us the ability to both irrigate and mist plant. So we can water plants on a daily basis, obviously. But then if we also wanted to keep the foliage wet, if we're doing like fungicides or disease type testing, we can do that. And it's also given us the ability to program it to water different areas of the room with different amounts. So if we want to water this half of the room differently than this half, we actually can. And we can divide the room into 24 different zones going along the way. And it was actually manufactured and developed in Holland, but it's made of a lot of components that you'll typically see. So all these are just jet nozzle bodies to deliver all the water amounts. So it's really, really neat and really adaptable. It gives us a lot of flexibility with our irrigation.
So we have 3 of these booms that we can transfer 24 different zones within 3 different greenhouses. We can also control the lighting as far as spacing and capacity as well. So we can really do some state-of-the-art trials here that probably no other greenhouses can do.
Yeah, definitely. Some of the capabilities that you would see here, you might not even see at university grade research. So we have the ability to do a lot of different things, whether it's additional lights, we can increase the humidity, we can also shade out sunlight with our different shade cloths. So we have a lot of different features that we can do.
So with the plants we don't recognize and with the state-of-the-art technology that we have, if you're in the field and you're looking at products and you're trying to figure out placement and positioning, what's kind of the go-to? What's the reason for all this for WinField United?
Yeah, definitely the reason for all of these features, or sometimes it almost seems like we have too much, is just to get a better understanding of how these products are working and make the overall product development process more efficient. So without having to rely solely on field-based testing, we can get some of these early product screenings done, like right now in the winter, so we make the field process more efficient. And then we can also take products directly from the chemistry lab or the wind tunnel lab to the controlled environments lab, get that biological performance done, and also provide us with more uniform data, and then also new data types. So we have different new equipment and technology, and we can figure out some different ways of how the products are actually affecting the plant.
So we can cover more products efficiently, get better data, and get better positioning once they get out in the field.
Yeah, definitely with this lab, we get a better understanding and get a total story about how these products work.
Cool. Thanks for your time today, Josh. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.